Test 1, 2. Check. Hey guys, Shane from Jaggs Journeys here for another live chat here on YouTube, our fortnightly chat. And this will actually be the last one for 2025. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure we had one last live stream here in the studio for the year. A few things to chat about. There's been a lot happening in the theme parks around us here in the Gold Coast. So we'll go through those and we'll chat through them. But first of all, good evening to everybody that's jumping on and saying hi. I really appreciate everyone jumping on as per usual, taking time out of your busy weekday schedules. I'm sure most of you are either working or busy or doing things for Christmas or whatever it might be. So yeah, so I appreciate you guys being on here. So a big hello and good evening to everyone jumping on. I'm going to kick this off shortly. And again, I've got a bit of some topics that we want to, I want to chat through, and we'll chat about that, and then we'll obviously try and keep up with the comments as well. Again, if I miss a comment, just chuck it in the chat again, because it's hard to go back when there's so many comments just coming through, and only comments that are relative to what we're discussing will actually get read out. So as per normal, this is moderated. I do have a moderator on currently. Yeah, thank you for keeping it to topic. All right, what have we got? Quite a few on here now. So yeah, we got there. So just big hello to everyone jumping on, saying hi. Good to see some regulars there. I appreciate you guys regularly supporting my channel, my live streams. I really appreciate it, and appreciate you guys liking the videos and things like that. So if you see me doing this and this and this, these are prescription glasses, and I have long-sighted and short-sighted lenses in them, so I have to sort of move my head around to read some of the text. Good evening, Shane. With Big Brother over, will they open the house for tours and do any changes to the house at all? Okay, the answer to that is yes. However. So the however part is they have to get the is it Endemol Shine, the people, the production company, to agree and then sign off on it. Now, the backyard's already been demolished, all right? So you won't be able to walk out in the backyard. It's gone. Well, it's in pieces, if not gone, because, in fact, I haven't been back this week, but Gold Coast, let's just check. If does anyone know if Gold Coast is back open today, or I guess Monday? Because that was the thing. It was sort of closed until this week, I believe. So let's just check it out and see what it says on their website. Okay, so here we go. The Gold Coaster reopens this Saturday, the 20th. Okay, so that just indicates they're still working through clearing that space. So obviously you're going to have to ride the Gold Coaster now, peak trading period. So yeah, definitely for that reason. That's interesting. Steel Taipan is down for a day. It's down this Friday. Not sure why that is. Must be something they need to do. So yeah, it says on here, Friday the 19th of December, Steel Taipan is down, but it reopens on Saturday. Okay, always pays to check the the websites before you go to any of the parks. Excuse me, because obviously they do run maintenance and things like that, and they sometimes have unscheduled maintenance. So yeah, those of you going on Friday, looks like Taipan isn't open at Dreamworld. But anyway, so as far as my understanding goes, yeah, they're in the process of demolishing the backyard of the Big Brother house. So obviously we're going to need to walk through there to get back onto Gold Coaster on Saturday. So that'll be open. if they're going to open the Big Brother house, it would probably be open from, let's just say, and I'm just kind of speculating, let's just say like Boxing Day. It could be potentially a Boxing Day or a 27th thing that they might open. So there will be some alterations potentially done. Again, they've got to make it safe and easy and accessible, okay, for everyone. So that's what they're working on currently. And then they will announce that if they're going to open it, they will announce it for sure. So, yeah, let's just watch the space, Robert, and we'll find out soon. Hey, Chris, going to my first White Christmas on Friday. Excited. What do you recommend? Hold that thought, because I'm going to talk about White Christmas in its entirety. All right, so we will go through that, Chris. Just hang in there for a few minutes. We'll get to it very soon, and I'll go through it all and our recommendations and things like that as well. Ryder, good to see you, buddy. Okay, so it's good to get back on Scooby. Absolutely, we'll talk about that as well. So again, tonight I'm going to talk about King Claw. We're going to talk about White Christmas, and then we're going to talk about Scooby-Doo and probably a couple other things as well, and try and keep up the comments. So bear with me. I will get back to comments, or if I accidentally miss a comment, just chuck it in again later on. Excuse me. As usual, shoveling down the dinner to get to the live stream on time. All right. Bright Light's saying yes, the backyard's gone now. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, they got to. Yeah, that's right. They got to seal off certain parts of the house as well, so everyone can't go everywhere. And they'll be like, you're about to go in so far, I guess, to probably and just and look rather than go right in every inch of the place. That's usually what they do. Hey, Family Odyssey, good to see you guys on here again. Thank you for jumping on. Appreciate you guys always. Ryder got it right on the Scooby during soft opening. That's pretty cool. Just to make me feel better, I'll not be a subscriber to this channel. I just feel bad about what happened on Saturday. I'm not sure what that comment is about. Hey, Destination Dad and Daughter, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate you guys. King Claw was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. We'll talk about that first up. What's my favorite rides in the Gold Coast? Wild West Falls, Scooby-Doo, definitely. Jungle Rush, theming wise, 100%. Did I mention Scooby? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Probably in that sort of top 3-4 rides, be something like that. Is that one of the original claw fence pole toppers behind you? Good eyes. Where are we? This side here. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is an original claw from the original claw ride. I didn't steal it. I don't. No, what happened was, so a few of us were invited in before the King Claw opened, separately, not all together. And that's when I did my interview with Shane Boyes, who's the project manager for many things, but including King Claw. And we were gifted, or a few of us, not obviously they didn't have a whole lot of those, were gifted the claw for all of the years of positive, I guess, positive videos, everything that's put into a positive sense for the park and how we promote the parks, and it was all about being positive and everything like that. So I'm very, very blessed. Like I was just like, I so did not even expect that, or I didn't even know they still had them. Like I know they've got one, like it's been washed up in the part of the theming for the king claw. I had no idea where. I think there's one in Jane's as well. So in the display case, I thought they would have definitely have gone to people in the park and what have you. So yeah, there's a few of us that do now own those. So yeah, we're very like, I mean, and also I don't know, hopefully you guys have seen it. I put it on Instagram. They did a part of the theming inside the King Claw. We'll talk about this now because we're going to lead into King Claw. They put some of the content creators' names on like a public notice, sort of done kind of like with the theming and sort of abbreviated, but it had and it didn't have, unfortunately, it didn't have all of the content creators who do good stuff at the parks. I don't know who. I didn't, like, none of us knew that was even happening, so I don't know who decided whose names were going on there and all that kind of thing. But either way, they're really starting to recognize content creators a lot more now. So is Movie World. We were invited out to the official grand openings, like of King Claw at Dream World, and we were acknowledged in the official speeches, not individually, but as content creators. We're actually as part of the official speeches by Greg Yong, and he did that last year too with Rivertown. So I think they appreciate the feedback from us, and also the positive things we do for the park. Because I know when I started doing this, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, a lot of people weren't going to Dreamworld and didn't want to go to Dreamworld for various reasons. But through not just my videos, but other people's videos, they've decided, hey, look, maybe we'll go back and give it a go. And look at Dreamworld now. Look at the money they're investing, a whole change of management, just a whole different direction. Safety number one, of course, and just a wonderful park for families and for everyone. And it's just, it's just going leaps and bounds. And I hope everyone really, really keeps supporting Dreamworld, because it is a wonderful park. It really is. So yeah. So anyway, where is it? Everything's backwards. Yeah, the King Claw. The Claw, original Claw ride. That is definitely an original Claw. Good spotting. All right. What have we got here? How was White Christmas? Yeah, I enjoyed it. We're gonna talk about that as a whole, and shortly. We're gonna talk about King Claw first. I'm just quickly gonna squiz through a couple of comments. Then we're gonna kick off the King Claw. Zoe says, I got in your shot when you're trying to film. Yeah, you're forgiven. Don't worry. That's what I'm trying to do when I'm actually filming and making an actual video. I just prefer people to wait till I've finished. That's all. So all good, Zoe. Appreciate you watching the videos. Appreciate you also on the live here. So all is good. Still appreciate you. No problem at all, Zoe. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. In fact, I didn't even think anything of it after that, so don't worry about it. Anyway, what do we got here? Okay. Sorry, guys, just going back to the comments. All right, so yeah, so back to the Big Brother house. A comment here. So in 2005, they blocked off the diary room chair. I remember going into the house, and you were able to actually sit on the real diary room chair for a photo, but you couldn't just go and sit on it. You had to pay your whatever it was, $30 or $20, and then you got to sit on it. Because the one we sat on at Dreamworld recently, that was a replica, wasn't the actual diary chair. Obviously, that was in the diary room. So yeah. But yeah, you never know. You might actually, it could be, I would say, Dreamworld's theme parks, right? You go in the house, you're going to take probably your own photos, I imagine, but there's probably going to be something set up where you can get a photo at a specific part. Might be the actual diary room. It might be. So yeah, for a price, no doubt, you'll get to go on it. So there we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Jason. Look, that incident was very unfortunate. Like we've said all along, that was in a different time at Dreamworld. There's none of the managers, none of the management at all are still at Dreamworld who were there back then. The park is basically run now by Village Roadshow ex management. They all came to Dreamworld, so complete overhaul on the entire park, including safety specifically, and that's what it is. It is confidence in going back, but definitely hand on heart, I can say I feel 300% confident in riding any ride or attraction at Dreamworld, any park on the Gold Coast, actually. It's so cool that you include you all in as an Easter egg. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. No, they didn't give us any heads up at all. It was on the opening day. On the opening day, so we all had express lane for that day, the people that were invited. So we went up the express lane and they said, before you ride the ride, you have to read the notice. But I noticed they weren't saying that to everyone. They only sort of saying it to like us kind of thing. Make sure you read that notice before you ride. And I was thinking, geez, must be something about where you holding on, or you got to have your head back or something. And anyway, because you got to take, obviously your glasses and everything off. I couldn't read it. I didn't have prescription glasses on. I couldn't read it. I was like, I just said, okay, I agree. And I just hopped on. And then it wasn't until afterwards, she goes, the person that said, she goes, did you read it? And I said, I couldn't see it. Got my glasses on, had to read, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. So, it's just right by the ride. It's just before you hop on the ride on the wall of the ride operator booth. That's where it's located. So, yeah. And then obviously I got them to send me the digital copy, in which I sent it out and tagged everyone in. It was really cool. We had no idea, absolutely no idea that they were doing anything like that. So it's amazing. It is amazing. Fuel radar, you guys. Jeez, it's Christmas time. You don't feel like you have to spend any money on me, but obviously I greatly appreciate the super chat there. Thank you very much. You're very generous and very kind. I appreciate that. I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing good. It says here, what do you think about the Scooby-Doo updates? Do you think they'll bring back the lights and lasers? Yeah, we'll have a bit of an in-depth discussion about this kind of shortly. But I think that the coaster section needs something for sure. 100%. Yeah, 100%. So, I loved everything about the ride completely. I loved everything. I guess that was the only thing that was just, it needs something, but what, we don't know, because they are taking it back to original. So anyway, we will get back into that, definitely. But again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're very, very kind and generous, and I really appreciate the super chats. And thank you for being involved on the chats as well, and for supporting my channel. I really do appreciate that very much. So thank you. And I hope you guys have an awesome Christmas as well. So yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so we've got so we'll kick off on King Claw. Someone else saying they did King Claw today and it was better than the original. Absolutely. Jaggs, want to wish you a Merry Christmas and thank you for your Supernova video a while ago. Me and my friend saw you there at the front gate. Oh, yep. Absolutely. No, my pleasure. No, it was good to meet you. It was good to meet everybody who supports the channel. What's the best theme park you've been to? I would have to probably say Epic Universe in Florida, and it probably have to be the best because it's like there's like it's almost like there is like 4 theme parks in one, or 5 really, in one. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Loved it. Make sure you check out the video. Actually, it's videos of Epic Universe on the channel. Well, in the last 5 seconds of your supernova video, you can see me and my friend came in to say hello, but you walked away. Oh, look, I apologize. There's obviously nothing intentional there. You just have to come up to me and actually say, hey, because I'm in my zone and I'm filming. I'm thinking about what I'm doing next. It's busy, and yeah, that's all. So always just come up to me. It's like right up to me and say, hey, it's not a problem. So I'm sorry about that. Next time you see me, come and say good day, for sure. Zoe said she rode Scooby-Doo 2 times. Yeah, that's awesome. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. That was really cool. Hey, Pauline, thanks for jumping on. Zoe's also saying she got blinded by the lights at the end. It is pretty blinding. They're pretty bright. I agree. Yeah, very much so. Hey, John. I'm good. I'm going good, mate. Oh, he's saying watching from the bathroom while I thought you were going to say sitting down, and he's changing the toilet system there. Mate, hope it all is going well. We'll have to catch up soon. Hey, Midi Theme Parks, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Yes, it was actually really good to catch up. Once I recognized you, I should say, because not thinking that you're going to be here. You know what I mean? When you see someone, you're like, I know this person well. I just cannot think of because you're in Melbourne. You're not up here. So apologies, but it was great to see you and have a chat on Saturday as well. It was a cool weekend. I hope you had fun up here. It was a great couple of days. We loved it too. So I'm sure you would have absolutely loved it all. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's really good to see you again too. Pauline, hey, I was at Dreamworld on Friday as well. Didn't see you. I was gone by maybe 1 or something like that. Maybe. Will I be there for the opening of Stunt Driver show? Not sure yet. Maybe. Possibly. We'll see. Hooray for Hollywood. Probably not opening day. It's a Sunday, and that's the thing is I have to release my video Sunday nights, so I can't film all day, then edit for 6 hours, and then release my video at 5 p.m. I just it doesn't work. So, yeah, look, it goes for like a month, so I'm just probably gonna go another day whenever I can get a time off. So, plus that's a busy day, that 28th, second busiest day. So probably not that day. What do we got? What do we got? Loved your Christmas vlog. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Squishy's Family Fun. Thank you very much. Good to see you guys. Ryder's done Scooby 6 times. Fantastic. Mini Theme Park says, yeah, it was a last minute trip, but well worth it. Yeah. I mean, if I was in your shoes and down there and got the invite, I would have 100% done the same thing. Hey, why not, right? It's like when I got the call to go to Epic Universe on a Wednesday and I had to be there the following Monday. So I was like, okay. All right, let's talk about King Claw. All right, so obviously it soft opened for about a week and many people got mini rides on it, but myself and many other content creators, but also other invited guests. There might have been just associated people, other vloggers, or social media types of people that were there as well. Some of whom we've met before, some we met for the first time, and yeah, it's really cool actually when you start actually chatting to a lot of these other people as well, and everyone's really nice and it's really cool, and because it was because we're pretty much the same, well, almost not the same, but a lot of the people also came to Scooby the next day as well. So it was pretty cool to sort of catch up again. It was like we're hanging out for a couple of days. It was like, yeah, it's just a cool couple of days. But anyway, so we got we got to Dreamworld before the park opened. We were given a special ticket, so if you guys can see that, hopefully you can see that. So it just says King Claw Dreamworld on that side, but then on this side we got. Sorry, I'm just get this into view. There we go. We got a ticket. Ocean Parade Ferry, first class ticket, admit 1. So that's just more of a keepsake. It wasn't used to get on the ride, obviously, but it's like, oh, I got my ticket to ride. I'm in. So that was cool. So we got to go into the King Claw, or just up to the King Claw. They had some street performers around, which were really cool, quite different too, really awesome. So that was cool. And then once everyone kind of arrived, they had the official sort of opening. Tyson did the Aboriginal played, didgeridoo, did the welcome as well. That was really cool. And then Greg did a speech, and again he as I mentioned before, he included, when he was thanking everyone who worked on the project and thanking all the team and everything, then he also thanked the content creators who regularly they're supporting them and doing positive positive reviews on the park and all that kind of thing. And that was just like, wow, to be acknowledged. And we got a clap for that. That was pretty cool. So that was cool. And we had the person in charge of Intamin, I think from Switzerland. He was there. He had literally just flown in for this. Obviously, Intamin makes that particular gyro swing ride, and it's the only other one outside of Europe of that exact design. So he's pretty proud of it, obviously. And yeah, what an interesting person as well. He did a speech as well separately. We had Kickback Cove as a private area for those invited. He did a bit of a speech in there as well, and they had food and drinks and things in there after we rode the Claw, King Claw. But yeah, it was really cool. So obviously, they had one of their top engineering guys who used to be the Village Roadshow as well. He was retiring, so they brought him up there, and they actually got him to cut the ribbon to officially open King Claw, which was really nice, really cool thing to do for him. So that was really cool. And then everyone went on. But so for everyone that was invited, because it all sort of opened at this, like the public by then was in, but they were behind us, sort of cordoned off behind us. And then as soon as it officially opened, everyone could go on it. So those of us that were there, we all had a express pass, so we didn't have to wait. We could just go on whenever we wanted. And Dreamworld invited a few of us to actually film on the ride, as you hopefully would have seen from my footage. So we were able to do filming, because generally, obviously, never is there any filming allowed on those rides. But it had to be on there. We had to use GoPro, and it had to be on their wrist holder, with 3 miles of gaffer tape as well. So, because obviously that ride was at 4.6 Gs, 98 Ks an hour, 42 meters tall. If something flies off, there is a net there, obviously, but if something flies off like a GoPro or something, you could probably very seriously injure someone. So obviously they don't want to do that. That's why it's all controlled, but that's why also it was only selected few, and they could only allow 2 per ride to film at any one time. Pretty much everyone else filmed them. Obviously, part of my gig is the glasses and the hat scenario. I mean, heaps of people obviously see me without that. It's fine, but like it's like, I just want to show what you would see if you were on the ride. Now, one thing I figured out afterwards is it's a kind of controlled ride. Where you start from is exactly where you finish. Now, with that also, that means that if you're on one side, and I was on the side facing the queue line, I only got pretty much mostly sky views. Everyone on the other side gets mostly the ground views, which would have been a better, footage-wise, probably a bit better. But the footage I saw of the people of the camera on them was pretty unreal too. But mind you, I was just doing commentary through mine. Everyone else was screaming, and people were commenting, going, "Why are you not screaming? You're just calmly commenting." And I'm like, I guess I ride a lot of thrill rides. It is exhilarating, but I was trying to sort of provide some kind of commentary as well. But as 300,000 people pointed out on my video, all I apparently ever said was, you get airtime, which you do, by the way, and more than once. You get it several times on that side. You get heaps of airtime. But yeah, it's funny what people, I call them keyboard warriors, and they just go, you said this, you said this. Anyway, you can't keep everyone happy, but yeah, you get airtime. And it's a cool ride. Again, for me, one and done, because when that ride stopped, I started feeling nauseous. I started feeling really nauseous. And I had prepared myself. I had come to the park with a couple of anti-nausea tablets, which was still in my pocket when I hopped off the ride. So I forgot to take them. But anyway, so I did feel nauseous. I then broke out in a bit of a sweat, like literally broke out in a sweat. When your body kind of goes a little bit into shock kind of thing. I think it's a pretty intense ride. It's smooth. It's powerful. I enjoyed it. Like, it's probably definitely is the best gyro swing I have been on, for sure. And everyone should ride it. But yeah, for me, I've never really been a big fan of those rides. So that's, I guess, essentially why I'm one and done. So I've done it, and there you go. So moved over to the Kickback Cove area. Couldn't eat any food, or they had some beautiful, nice drinks. I just had to have water. Sat down for a bit, continued sweating. But about half an hour later, I came right. So I was like, whew, that was good. Then I was okay and had a coffee and something to eat with the guys after that. So yeah, but anyway, it was so nice to have been invited out, and the fact they invited a lot of the other creators as well, which was really cool. And yeah, it was a really good day, and half day probably in total. And King Claw, wow, the theming, the detail, it's insane. It's so cool. The whole storyline, the audio. There's even a sort of audio on the ride, not on the ride, but like in the ride area as you depart and as you come back in again as well. Which is pretty cool. Look, it's just next level stuff. Like, the attention to detail, the theming blows your mind. The nighttime lighting is incredible. Like, wow. And yeah, the next night event, that they have, I think I may ride it. I might. I will take the anti-nausea tablets before I go on that. Definitely. But it'd be cool to do a nighttime experience on it. So yeah, that was King Claw. That was Friday morning. And then I went home and just chucked a couple of bits of editing together and threw a couple of quick short videos out on Instagram and that. Then I headed over to Movie World for the White Christmas event. Before we move on to White Christmas, I know you guys you must either be switched off or listening attentively, because the comments have sort of slowed quite a bit, which is great. I'm glad you're engaged. Does everyone love King Claw? Has everyone been on here, or is some people still yet to go on it? I know some probably haven't been on it because you might be in another state, but I can tell you the theming, the storyline to the whole thing, and the ride itself is awesome. It really is. So hopefully you guys will get to ride it soon. Hopefully. What's happened here? My computer. Oh, okay. My comments had actually frozen. So no, that's what happened. Sorry for that. I'm gonna have to go back to some of the comments. If I've missed your comment, please just chuck it in again. It's all cool. Again, we're on King Claw at the moment. I just got to acknowledge, though, just seen a super chat there. So the unboxing with squishies. Thank you very much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate you guys' support. It was really a pleasure to meet you guys too last month, or was it 2 months ago, when you're up here. So thank you again. I appreciate you guys always supporting the channel as well. So, and thank you again for the super chat. Muchly appreciated. Now, so just on King Claw, I'll just, and then we're going to get on to Movie Board. So, Pauline saying it's freaking excellent, King Claw. What do we got here? Sorry, guys. Just I don't want, again. If I miss your comment, just please just chuck it in. Literally, I just don't want to miss anyone. Okay. I think I've missed quite a bit. So quite a bit. Okay. Okay. I think I'm back. I'm back. I'm back to where I was. Okay. So yeah, that was King Claw. Right, I'm back to where I was. That's all cool. Sorry if you guys have kept asking questions and I've just been rambling on there. But I just wanted to let you know about that day. That was really cool. It was really awesome. Sorry, guys. Okay. Oh, editing software do you use? I just use InShot. I do everything on my phone. Easy. Movie board tomorrow. What ride do you recommend me going on first? What I would do is, what ride do you want to go on the most? If you haven't been on Scooby yet, I would say get that out of the way. That's going to have massive queues. Go to Scooby and then maybe Superman or Rivals. The big ones out of the way early in the day, I reckon. Food looked amazing. Yeah, White Christmas. Are we talking about? Yeah, the food was. Yeah. Or are you talking about the breakfast? I'm not sure. Sorry. Food's always good. Netflix bought Warner Brothers. Yeah, they didn't buy Movie World. Don't worry about that. That is actually Movie World's owned by Village Roadshow, and also there's another investment company that own Movie World. All right, they just pay to use Warner Brothers as a license, to have them trading as that, and they are governed by them, and they do control what because obviously things have to reflect. They actually have to reflect Warner Brothers exactly. They can't just have dodgy suits or dodgy this and that. It's got to be exact, down to the color of the flowers in the gardens, down to the shapes of the park benches and all that kind of stuff. So, excuse me. So whether I mean, look, I might open them up for able to use some Netflix IPs. That's probably what I would think. That's all. I don't think anything else is going to happen in Movie World from Netflix perspective. So it's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. If anything, it might be a benefit of some other stuff. Okay. Haven't been to Dreamworld for a while. Yeah, they had some really cheap annual passes back at Black Friday sales. Wish I can go in King Claw. You can't go on it. Okay, trust me, I felt sick. So, whoa, hang on. We've got another super chat here. What the heck? Oh my god, Simon. You thank you so much, Simon. Wow. Thank you. You are very generous, and I really appreciate you being so kind. Please, that's a lot of money, and I'm very grateful. But please, that's a lot. So please don't feel obliged to be obviously spending that much on here. I appreciate you, and again, you're so generous and kind, and I sincerely appreciate that very much. That's very kind. Thanks for jumping on the chat. You've written here, you're going on December 19th to review the new stunt show, Movie World. Yeah. So definitely Friday, the 19th. It's, yes, 11. I think maybe let's just have a quick look. I think the first show is 11 a.m. I'm pretty sure. So let's have a quick look at that. Now I'm pretty sure there'll be, although it's holidays, usually there's 3 shows. I think they probably would do something like 11, maybe 1, and then maybe 1, then maybe 3 or something like that. But Let's see if we can see anything on the app. Currently, it may not be on there yet because it's not open yet. But then again, it might say it's opening soon. So, okay, here we go. Stunt show. Yep, definitely confirmed 19th. So you're going on the right day. You're definitely going to be able to view it on that day. They haven't got the times yet. Obviously, the times are posted on the sign outside the entry next to the other little, that might be a Christmas store at the moment at the top of Main Street there. But I think the first one's usually around the 11 a.m. mark. So I would recommend getting there maybe by 10:30 or even, a little bit earlier to get in the queue. You'll enjoy it. You'll absolutely love it. I'm gonna try and maybe get there that day. I'm not sure yet, so I may not. And then I'm not sure when I can get there, but obviously I'll get there when I can. Definitely. So yeah. But yeah, enjoy that, and thank you so much again, Simon. I can't thank you enough. I really, really appreciate your generosity, and I hope you have an awesome Christmas as well. If you see me in the park, make sure please come up and say hi. I want to buy you a coffee, so please at least. Like that's so kind of you. I really do appreciate that. All right, so oh, okay. I see another one here from Bright Lights. Yep, Bright Lights 2489. Thank you so much again for the super chat. Again, very, very kind people on here, and I appreciate you're always also on the live streams, and making comments on the videos and things. And I appreciate that as well. And really, really do appreciate ongoing support for my channel. So thank you so much as well. Again, I'm very fortunate to have such a great group of people who support my channel. I honestly, it's amazing, and I thank you all for just even being here. There's like 40 of us on here now. It's so awesome, and I that's why I love doing these, and I love meeting you all in the parks and everything as well. So, big thanks to everyone again. I'm very blessed. That's what I can say. Thank you all so much. All right, let's okay. I'm probably gonna, not intentionally, I'm probably gonna miss some comments here, but please again just pop it in. All right, or you can always send me an Instagram direct message. I'll get back to people there. But I'm pretty sure I know where I'm up to, so it should be fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm up to here. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. The Netflix deal. Yeah, it actually hadn't gone ahead yet. I'd heard that someone else, Bright Lights, just saying that Netflix have backed out of the deal. Okay, well, because I mean, I haven't heard that, but you're probably right, because last I heard it wasn't 100%. It wasn't locked in yet. It hadn't been finalized. So there you go. There you go. There you go. Jason saying, if it wasn't for content creators, theme parks would never be popular. So thank you, Jaggs, for promoting every theme park. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, look, I appreciate that. I mean, it's not just me. Obviously, there's so many other awesome creators. Some are on here on the chat tonight, in fact, as well. I think I've seen many theme parks, Theme Park Social Network, Destination Dad and Daughter. Quite often Dane will jump on. Some of the other guys jumped on. Look, yeah, everyone has their own style as well, and that's the good thing, right? Because we all know each other. 99% of us know each other, and we all get along. Like it's because we all have the same interests, and we all have the same, I guess, motivation to do something good and show things, and how we want to do it. And yeah, like it's really cool, and we all usually support each other, obviously, as well, on like through subscribing and commenting and that as well. It helps each other out. So It's a cool little community. Yeah, I love it. It's good. And yeah, again, everyone's got different angles or creativity. Like it blows me away some of the level of like some of the stuff that some of the other guys put out, like with the editing and the quality is just like, blows my mind. I mean, my style is just me visiting the park and explaining or showcasing what's available, what to experience, what things are like, and that's what my channel's about, and in a positive sense, of course. Um, yeah, other people are a lot more in depth and do a lot more research on things, and like that's cool. That's their thing, and they do amazing work too. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty amazing. So yeah, I think collectively we've all done a great job at yeah, bringing people to the parks, because people do want to. I know if I go overseas, I'm going to go somewhere. I'm like, let's look up if there's a YouTube video, because when you see a marketing material or an ad, it's all bells and whistles and smoke and mirrors. Sometimes it's when you see the actual people in the park vlogging it and experiencing things and discussing it, then you can go, okay, I get a bit more of a realistic picture of what to expect when I get there and that kind of thing. So that's kind of why the angle I go for. Oh, Pauline's going, dream on Sunday. Have an awesome day. Aero Velocity 4576. I'm new to the channel. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thanks for jumping on the live too. We do this every 2 weeks. Although, might as well say this now. This will be the last one for 2025 because the next fortnight is New Year's Eve. Everyone's got something better to do on New Year's Eve than listen to me talk. So, and time for families, friends, celebrating, all that kind of stuff. So the next one of these will be 2 weeks after that. So it'll be essentially the 14th of January will be our next live here on YouTube during the week. Now, you may see a couple of live streams at the parks over that period of time. I haven't got time off work, just a couple of days here and there. So I'm going to try and do something extra for you guys, like, yeah, something extra there. But in terms of this in the studio here, doing the live chats like this, this will be officially the last one for the year. All right. Now, what do we got here? Like Disney buying Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, National Geographic. Yeah. Yeah, companies buy companies all the time. It doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be too much of a change. And Ileana. Hey, Ileana. I never got the privilege to ride the original Claw, but the rest of the family did. Being some of the last riders. Don't let the fans know, but I'm super nervous to attempt this this one. I don't do spinning. Yeah, look, it's to me this ride it does spin, but it doesn't spin fast. But it's the G forces that probably got me. I think more than anything else is the G forces. That's what probably made me feel crook. Medi theme parks. I just noticed you have an original Claw behind you. Yeah, I do. Yes, mate. There was not just me. There was a few of us that were gifted that randomly, and again for the content and things over the years, and well, what I was told more so was the positive content. So, yeah, I mean, I don't ever expect or ask anything of any of the parks. And I was just blown away. Like I was saying, are you sure? Like, does this need to go somewhere else? Like, are you sure? Like, they're like, no, we want to do this. And it wasn't. There was a few others people that have one now as well. So, not many though, because I think there's still two in the park. One by the King Claw ride and one in Jane's. There's probably one in Greg's office, I'd imagine. I don't know. I haven't been in there for a while, but maybe. And there'd be other there is definitely a few other content creators that have them. Like I do know that for a fact. Which ones I'm not going to reveal because I don't know if they would like people to know or not. But Yeah, it's look, I mean, wow, pretty amazing, honestly. And it's heavy as anything. It's like ceramic. It's not just plastic or fiberglass. It's really heavy. So yeah, very fortunate. All right. Now we'll just continue on with a few of the comments there, and then we're going to talk about Movie World, and then we're going to talk. We're going to talk about White Christmas and Scooby Doo. All right, so we're going to get to that because I've had some questions, and I know there's a few people in there like Chris hanging in there for when we're going to talk about that. I get that. I get that. We're going to get there shortly. um, okay, Zoe's saying she's going to see AC/DC tomorrow night. That's fine. That's fine. I know it's not theme park related, but still, that's cool. I hope you enjoy that, Zoe, because I've heard they're amazing from as what I've seen live in concert as well. So, Zoe, I hope you really enjoy AC/DC. Pauline, I love your videos. They're great. Thank you so much. Squishy's Family Fun is saying, don't forget to hype Jaggs Journeys. Thank you very much. Yeah, when you like the video, there's if you scroll along, you can press the hype as well. I think you can only do 3. I think it's 3 hypes in a week or something like that. I think on the one creator, something like that. I think I know a few other people going to AC/DC as well. Worthy 7936. I'm going good. How are you? Thanks for jumping on. Muchly appreciated. Pauline saying, so if I'm at Dreamworld on Sunday, King Claw? No. I won't be this Sunday anyway, but no, I think the next time I ride it, it's going to be at night, and I will take my nausea tablets first. Definitely. Or anti-nausea tablets. Jason says, thank you for promoting Breakfast with the Stars. If it wasn't for you, I would not be bothered doing that on Saturday. No worries. Just remember, if you're a pass holder, $59 is the price. Much better price. I feel the $79. Look, they've added some value in there, and it's not ridiculous. I went on the very first morning, plus I went again last Saturday because they actually invited us. When they invited us to Scooby, they invited us to experience Breakfast with the Stars first. So I got to do it twice. Once I paid, and then they paid, obviously, the next week. But I paid $79, and remember, with the buffet, you're there from 8:30 till 10. It includes tea and coffee and juices, and it includes cold pressed juices and cans, specialty juices that they've made. Includes that. Buffet breakfast, and it has something for everyone. There's quite a lot there. There's pastries, bacon, scrambled eggs, cooked tomato. There's mushrooms if you like those dirty things. I don't, but there's hash browns. There's toast. There's even like the pastries and that. There's also churros, and ice cream if you so desire. Plus, you get a photo with a character that's in there, Bugs or Tweety or both. You get that printed photo, so that's included. Plus, you get an all-day sipper, unlimited soft drinks to use in the park because obviously oh, by the way, you have to have a park entry ticket. You can't just go in for the breakfast and you got to have an entry ticket or an annual pass to get in first. And then you buy your ticket separate for this. So you get an all-day sipper to use in the park, unlimited soft drinks all day. And you get a voucher. I just happen to have my voucher here because I didn't use it on the day. And what do you get? Probably here we go. You probably can't. Oh, you might be able to read that. You may not. You get 1 free ice cream and 1 free popcorn as well in park during the day. So there's your snacks and your drinks taken care of as well. I think I actually asked a few people, like the public that were in, that came in on the morning I went in, the first morning, and I asked them, what did they feel about the price? So how do they feel about the price? And they went, oh, I think it was good value. Every one of them said, yeah, it was good. I've had a lot of negative people like say, "Oh, it's expensive." Okay, look, it is like $79. It is an expensive buffet breakfast, but you get a fair amount of inclusion there, an hour and a half, with more than enough time. By about an hour, most people are like done, and you can obviously go up as often as you want and eat as much as you want, of course. And there's characters roving around. There's Marilyn. We saw Joker and Harley in there on the second day as well, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna get to that. We'll just keep going through a few more of the comments. We're going to talk about all the movie board stuff. I know you guys are itching for that, but thanks, Jason. Appreciate the comment. Hey, the giant coyote. I'm well. Thank you, sir, for jumping on. If you guys make sure you search giant coyote on YouTube. What else are you on Instagram? Yeah, you're on Instagram. TikTok probably as well. He's cool. He's also one of the scare actors at Ferrophobia. He was in the which one was it called? The slasher. What was it called? Off the tip of my tongue. Anyway, yeah, the slasher maze or the he'll know. I just can't remember off the top of my head right now. Thanks for jumping on, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. What have we got here? Mr. Pickle, I thought operations were very refined after it officially opened compared to the rehearsals. Now they direct you to where to sit, which works out a lot better for groups. Yeah, yep. I'm talking about King Claw, I guess. Yes, I agree. Definitely. Definitely. Shannon, I need your help. Next young guy to go on Scooby-Doo, but a bit nervous because it was dark. Will you go backwards? Can you help me? Well, there's nothing scary there, to scare you or anything like that. It's just, it's really quite fun actually. So, yeah, I think you can't see anything anyway. It's just a funny feeling in the tummy. So, it's all good, and it's heaps of fun. Pauline went straight off King Claw and got something to eat. Yeah, I definitely could not do that. Vlog Adventures don't have Dreamworld passes. That's a shame. Maybe this time around. Giant Coyote. I hope I'm not too tall to ride it. Which one? The King Claw? I think you'll be all right for King Claw. If you go back on one of my videos, I did post the actually, if you just go on Dreamworld's website onto rides and attractions, it'll have all the safety and height requirements, minimum and maximum heights. Matt, Medi theme parks, I'm a bit like you, Shane, not great with spinning rides, but I did it and very glad I did it. Yeah, 100% same here. Glad I did it. Mr. Pickle rode it 8 times. You're crazy. You're crazy. In a row or what? That's insane. I'm one and done. Maybe a nighttime ride, Matt. Maybe. Jason hasn't been on King Claw yet, but might go to Dreamworld and do the fun run in August. Yeah, absolutely. It's always a good one. I did it a couple of years ago. I think I answered those questions. I was trying to post. Don't forget to hype. Oh, yeah. Thanks again for promoting to hype Jaggs Journeys. I appreciate that. There were people at Dreamworld in pink watermelon clothes. Did you see them? I did. I did see them. Unboxing with Squishy's Family Fun saying, go on Superman first. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do. And yeah, you're quite right. But I think if you haven't been on Scooby for about 3 years, nearly 3 years, most people want to go on that. And then maybe because the queue does bump right out for Scooby at the moment. Mr. Pickle, when I was at Dreamworld yesterday, my mate spoke to a higher up member from Dreamworld, head office type of person, and they said they were planning something big in 2027. Yeah, I think 2026 is going to be. So they haven't announced anything yet, but and I won't say what it is. There's going to be a couple of TV productions filmed at Dreamworld this year, 2026. So obviously, I mean, look, they might do Big Brother again at the back end of the year again. I hope so. I hope so. I think it was pretty popular. There's a couple of other different TV shows going to be done at Dreamworld. So, which all I'm going to say. So I think next year will be a bit more of that kind of stuff going on. They'll be probably working on, obviously, making some announcement about what they're doing in 2027. And plus, they're working on all the other major developments they got going on there. So I think, yeah, next year we won't see. Yeah, I think we might see, let's just say something happening with Motor Coaster. Not too major, but something happening with Motor Coaster 2026. That's just my thoughts on that. I think we could see something there. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. We'll see. So generous Simon. Yeah, Simon. Yeah. Someone else is, the Squishies family fan are commenting how generous Simon is, and he is super generous. Very appreciated. You're saying that it does help my channel. It does help me out a lot. Anytime someone buys coffees or super chats like this, obviously that goes into Jaggs Journeys. Like I have a Jaggs Journeys account, and then when I need to upgrade equipment, like I actually need to upgrade my camera because my nighttime camera is terrible, and I haven't been super. The only thing that I love about this camera, I use a phone. Obviously, the Samsungs are like, to me, are the best for me because I do editing on the phone and everything. And I need the S Pen and all that kind of stuff. And it's got super good zoom and everything. It's super good nighttime photos. It's just that the nighttime video is really bad, and particularly the selfie video, it's like really. They actually dropped the quality of the front facing camera on this newer model. I've got the 24. I had the 23, I think, or 22 prior to this, and it dropped in quality on the selfie camera compared to the earlier one, which is weird. But anyway, so yeah, next year I'm going to be upgrading some equipment. I think my video quality is not bad. It's just the nighttime stuff, and now and then I do need better nighttime quality. I just need it, and so doing a lot of research. What's good in one area may not be good in another area. Like what might be good at nighttime here has like no zoom and stuff like that. So I got to really look into that. But yes, all that helps. And then when I do some travel, obviously I need to buy tickets to get into places and do more videos for you guys. And it all helps for that, and does help support the channel. So I really do appreciate, whether it's $1, $2, or $100 like Simon. Every single cent is very much, very kindly appreciated. So thank you all so much. Zoe, you're all good. Don't worry. You're all good. You're excited for ACDC. It's all good. What else we got here? Okay. A few more comments. We've got to get into Movie World's comment. I just don't want to miss people's comments. We've got to get into Movie World. I've got a lot to talk about at Movie World. Casey Roberts saying it's so cool seeing your cameo in Noah's Scooby-Doo video, Jaggs. Yes, Noah Creative. What an awesome guy, I tell you. As a family, we've followed him for quite a while, actually, on his Instagram and TikTok and that. Probably under our family account, but so he was invited also to the King Claw and to Scooby. So we met, we chatted, and then he started following my channel as well. So I was blown away, and then he messaged me. I think it was yesterday or today, and he said one of his friends mentioned, "Oh, I subscribe to Jaggs Journeys." And saw me on his video too. But yeah, he did like an ASMR video. He's very clever. He's actually, I really like his style and the content he puts out as well. It's really cool. So if you haven't checked Noah Creative out, check out Noah Creative. Gold Coast guy as well. Young guy, but super talented, super nice guy. I tell you, very, very nice guy. Very nice guy. But yeah, I made a cameo. So did I think Riley was on there, and Dane was on there as well on that one. So that was pretty cool. That was awesome. Would I ever go on Big Brother? Nah. Nah, because then I wouldn't be able to put videos out for you guys. Do you think Disneyland would ever come to Australia? Nah, I honestly don't think it will. I don't ever think it will. To be honest, they've tried and they've done plans and every time pulled out. Nah, so yeah, probably not. Probably not. Let's see. As someone who has a visual impairment, it was a bit too scary. They need to upgrade the light in the way of Guardians of the Galaxy. Rewind. Fair call. Pauline saying you should do DC Rivals first when you go to Movie World. Yeah, I think you just got to work out which one you want to ride the most and go to that one first, and then go to the second one. Probably the bigger rides. They go crazy, busy, fast. Lucas is saying he'd been on Scooby Doo 45 times. Really? You must have been in there all day. That's pretty cool. They need to add the light back, turn up the music. We'll talk about that. Bright lights. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Actually, just a moment. We've got a lot to talk about Movie World. Michael Goodson says, "How was going on the Scooby Doo ride when you're?" Yeah, it was awesome. We're going to talk about that in a bit of detail very, very shortly. Very shortly. So we'll get to that. I'm just trying to get comments out of the way. Jason's saying, since this is the last live chat show, I would like Jaggs Journey and his viewers. I'd like to wish Jaggs Journey and his viewers a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks, Jason, and to you too. And I appreciate you, coming on and joining into the chats and supporting my channel, mate. Thank you very much. Very appreciated. Very appreciated. New Year's Eve, I'm going to be watching Stranger Things. That's pretty cool. All right. Let's see. Pauline says, I even asked around to see if you were at Dreamworld. That on the Friday I was. In the morning I was. Yeah. What do you think this year's new ride will be for Dreamworld? So, yeah, I think for Dreamworld, they might just do an enhancement on Motor Coaster, and then they got some TV show productions and stuff. I think that'll be 2026, maybe just some, little small stuff around the park, like they're always constantly improving. I think we'll have something big for 2027 for Dreamworld. Movie World needs to do the Doomsday area. That they need to make the announcement of what they're doing. I'm sure they will have it all planned. They just need to get through summer. They need to get through the new stunt show. Obviously, Scooby reopening, the peak period, hooray for Hollywood. I reckon early next year we'll get an announcement of what they're doing and when it's going to open. Might open at the end of next year. Might get pushed another year. Who knows? But Doomsday area's got to go and got to be. It's got to be changed. It's got to be fixed up. So that's pretty much hopefully what I see. SeaWorld, probably not too much. Maybe a new ride. Maybe. I think maybe a new ride for SeaWorld. Probably smallish ride though, maybe. Don't know. We'll see. Movie World should use the Batman exhibition building as a little museum of the park's history. Yeah, I'm always big on having stuff like that too, props and things like that. I've made that suggestion a number of times as well. But yeah, you're right. They need to be doing something like that. But one of the social media managers who's now he's moved into a new role called Park Thematics. I can confidently tell you this guy is super motivated to and understands the importance of Movie World being a movie park and bringing back nostalgia and having things back in the park like where they should be, not just bought out for certain times of the year. If you read between the lines there, okay. So let's just say over the next few months and beyond, you'll start to see Movie World putting things back in the park, and you know what I mean. Yeah, just watch this space. They're finally on the right, back on track. They're back on track, and they got the right guy in that role. Um, Ileana's saying she might record some stuff on her iPad for the stunt show. You might see on the news of your Superman's dog. Yeah, I do like your Superman dog. He's very cute. That'd be cool. Okay. Warner Brothers just said earlier today they were going to decline Paramount's offer. I haven't caught up on any social media today because I've been at work all day, but that's interesting. Make a big, Paramount. Okay, made a big offer. So yeah, hey Clayton. So he's saying Paramount made a bigger offer for Warner Brothers. Yes, interesting stuff. That's pretty interesting. All right, so let me see. I want to get into Movie World. I want to get into the comments. I don't want to miss you guys' comments as well. So that's why I'm trying to get through your comments, everyone. I know everyone takes time to put a comment in, and I appreciate everyone making that time to put a comment. So again, any comments relating to Scooby, we're going to talk about that in a second, and then we'll go in that in detail, and you can ask more questions. Am I going on night rides at Dreamworld? Yeah, so I think it was at the end of December. I think it's the 27th, no, 28th, 29th, and the 30th. It might be the 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. Dreamworld's open a little bit later with some fireworks. So it'll be dark. There'll be some night rides slightly for a little bit of time, then there'll be some fireworks. So yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna check that out at least one of those nights. I don't know. Around work, I've got to try and, I don't have time off. Just Christmas Day. They need to add the night. Oh, Scooby Doo. We'll talk about Scooby Doo. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I know what you're saying. We'll talk about that. Okay, we got there. I think. Okay, cool. Yeah, cool seeing your cameo in Noah's video. Yeah, we got there. We said that one. Thank you for that. Love watching your videos. I appreciate that. Thank you. It makes you smile all the time. Thank you very much. That's good. I try and make it fun. I try to make it upbeat. I try and throw a few jokes in there, here and there. So, yeah, you got to. I try and put personality into the video. You know what I mean? So I'm just a regular person, but I do have a sense of humor. If you listen to our podcasts, I'm usually the one that tries to crack jokes on there. So, by the way, if you're a Patreon member of our Theme Park Cartel podcast, there'll be a new Patreon episode out this Friday. We recorded last night. So, and for everyone else, our Patreon, our Theme Park Cartel podcast come out every month, usually the first week of the first Friday of every month. So, another one again soon. Okay, the Scooby Coaster one looks the same. Track as before. Yeah, we're going to talk about. We're going to get to it really soon. I'm just trying to get through other comments in the moment, and then we're going to get to Scooby. I know everyone's itching for Scooby. We've got plenty of people on here waiting probably for that, and also White Christmas as well, which we'll do White Christmas then Scooby, because Scooby we probably talk a bit longer. Will you be going to the Brisbane Casino Light Show? Apparently this weekend is the last show. Oh, I haven't even heard of that. Oh, actually, no, I have heard of that. I won't be because I'm not able to get there this weekend. But that does sound pretty cool. They should do a Spooky Island at Movie World. Yeah, it's something that myself and Riley and Adrian were discussing, and we collectively came up with that idea. They should do a Spooky Island land instead of Doomsday. That should be what it is. And we've even worked out what they should put in there and all that kind of thing. So let's just see if they do it. You can say you heard it on the Theme Park Cartel podcast first. We said that quite a few weeks ago, actually, probably about a month ago now. Yes, that would be cool. That would be super cool. Yeah, they can't do Harry Potter at the moment, but they might. You never know. Something might change with Harry Potter. Superman was down for most of the day today and opened with a limited capacity when it did reopen. I wonder why. Interesting. Squishy's Family Fun, thank you for jumping on. No worries. I know you guys are in different time zones, so thank you so much. You're saying, wishing you and your family all your amazing supporters the best for a wonderful festive season and a safe new year. Stay safe. You too. Merry Christmas as well. And thank you so much for all your guys' support. And keep up the great work too, by the way. That's awesome. Very cool. Don't forget, we're back on the 14th. 14th of Jan. Don't do Big Brother. Yeah, that's right. Who would do all my updates? That's right. That's why I can't do Big Brother. Okay, I think. All right, we're gonna talk about. Yep. Okay. All right. We did it. We got to the end. Okay. So let's first of all touch on White Christmas. I went on Friday night. It opened Thursday night, I think it was. There's a couple of things here. If you want to do the buffet dinner as part of your visit to White Christmas, it opens at 5. You can go into the park before 5 if you've got a Movie World ticket. So obviously you got if you've got an annual pass or a ticket, you can go in before 5. You just say, "Hey, I'm also here for White Christmas." They give you a White Christmas band once they see your pass, and yeah, so you get in there. The buffet starts at 5. There's 2 buffets this year. Okay, this is the first time they've done this. Usually, they just have every other year. Rick's Cafe is where they have the Christmas buffet restaurant. So, Mrs. Claus's Feast, which they do have this year as well. Again, hey Jack, thanks mate, thanks for jumping on. Sorry, I was getting a bit parched. All right. So, yeah, I think it's in my video anyway. So it's like $69. I think it is for adults anyway, for the Mrs. Claus's Christmas buffet. Now that's the one I would do if I was going to do it. I'm actually not doing it this year. I haven't got time. I have done it most other years. I do that one. The buffet is amazing. The food's amazing. The selection is incredible. The desserts are incredible. They usually have characters in there and that as well. It's worth doing that one. The one that they've got this year that's new is in the Stars Terrace. Now, this one is quite a bit more expensive. It's $119 for adults. Kids' prices, I can't remember now. It's online anyway. It's in my video too. But pretty much the same buffet. I think there was a couple of different food choices in there. Like I didn't notice the apricot chicken down at the Mrs. Claus's Feast, but they had apricot chicken up here. grilled barramundi, which I don't think they had in the other one. So they had a couple of different things there. Couple of things. You get with that one, you get a photo printed out. You get a beverage package, so it's beer and wine and soft drink, essentially, and selected cocktails that they make. And that's during that period of time for your buffet. Plus, I think you get a sipper for unlimited soft drink in the park as well. And you can go back to that area to view the parade from the balcony. It's all cordoned off for you. So you kind of get those few extra perks there. With Mrs. Claus's feature, you get unlimited soft drink during your dinner at the tables, jugs of soft drink. Whereas the other one has that other beverage package, plus the sipper for in-park as well. So, there's some different inclusions, and it depends what you want. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. If you don't want to do the buffet, you can obviously get some awesome like chicken wings and things from the Dirty Harry Outdoor Kitchen Bar. There's Gotham City burgers. If you want to do the burgers and tenders and things, there's pretzels on Main Street. There's pizza in Main Street as well. There's plenty of food there. So you don't have to have a buffet, but look, we like doing it as a family because everything's so nice. And with my video, you'll see the food is incredible. So anyway, there's that. This event starts at 5:30 and goes to 8:30. All right, 3 hours. It's a pretty short event, and they pack a lot into this event. Again, the buffet dinner does start at 5, so you can sit there and eat for a good half hour before anything else happens. The only thing you're going to miss if you're staying there for an hour, which you can, you're going to miss the 5:30 p.m. performance. It's like a show with the Looney Tunes. However, that show is repeated again one other time in the night. So you're not going to actually miss anything, right? So you'll be fine to do the buffet, then come out around 6 o'clock. Now, there's pretty much back-to-back shows, and this year they're all in Main Street. Back-to-back shows, pretty much from 6 o'clock to 7:15. Like minutes in between. A couple of them, there's maybe 10 or 15 minutes in between, but generally they're back to back to back to back. And a couple of them are repeated as well. So a little later. If you want to see Gizmo, Santa Gizmo, I missed him because he wasn't where he was last year. Last year he was tucked down the back behind the games area. Like you didn't even find him. The years before that, he was right at the front of the park. You saw him, you got photos. This year, he was in Batman Alley. All right. So if you want to see Gizmo, the Gremlins, with the Santa hat on and get a photo with him, Batman Alley. That's where Gizmo will be. Don't forget, you can go to the photo center and ask them where will the characters be and at what times. They'll tell you. Okay. So you can take a photo of their schedule. Do that. I would prepare. What I did is I got on the website and looked at the entertainment schedule, and I sort of wrote that out. It is also on the big screens in park. They sort of flick kind of fast, so you take a photo, whatever. I'd do it before you go so you can plan your night. If you want a Santa photo, there is a really nice Santa set down at the western area. The western area looks nice, by the way, at night. All the fairy lights down there are incredible. You meet Santa there, but that Santa photo is a prepaid photo where you get a photo package. All right. So you get photo package there. It's like $60. So it might be a bit cheaper online, but you get quite a lot of photos for that. And the set is beautiful. Now, in other years in the kids area where the big tree is, there's some fairies there, which is cool. I didn't see them, but they were there apparently. Usually, every other year, there's also been like another Santa at that point where you can just go and get a photo with your phone. Obviously, he's just sitting on a bench by a tree. It's different. I didn't see him though, so I don't know if he was actually there that night. I went down there and I didn't see him. It might have just been in between when he was there, right? But you could check with the photo center; they would know that. But if you're wanting a nice family Santa photo with a nice backdrop and getting some photo packages, there's that option down to the western area. Look, all the night rides are open. I think basically all of them are open. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, um, including Scooby now as well. So you get night rides as well. Look, if you're going there for the White Christmas event and to see all the shows, you really won't get time to ride any rides. You maybe ride one ride, maybe depends. Um, the Polar Express is the 4D movie playing at the moment, and it plays during the day and at night. So Wizard of Oz is on hold at the moment. I actually, to be honest, as much as I love the Wizard of Oz original movie, I don't like it as the 4D movie there. I'll be honest. I think it's not the right fit for that theater at all. I was kind of disappointed when I watched it. I did it once and went, nah. So look, it's just I just don't think, because it's a classic timeless movie. I just don't think it fits a 4D theme. I just, yeah. Anyway, that's my opinion. But Polar Express is awesome. Of course, the 4D Polar Express is definitely awesome. Check that out. You should have time to get that, at least that show in, I think, or even if you go in early during the day to get that done. Other than that, there's like sort of elves around the street. There's a few extra activities to do for the kids, like finding Frosty's missing buttons. In Main Street, there's you rummage through the pots of snow to find the missing buttons, and then when you do that, you win a prize off the wall. That's pretty cool. Midway games are open, of course, as well. It didn't have a gingerbread building or bauble making, because that's normally in the old Stars building, which is where the new Stars Terrace is now. So, yeah, that's something that didn't have this year, is the gingerbread decorating in that. So, other than that, the parade is at 8 o'clock. Probably the best place to view that is anywhere in Main Street. Last year I watched it. I stood around the fountain on the outside and on the inside, actually, of the fountain, and just to see what difference that is. And you just don't get all the lighting of the Main Street as well, and kind of the music. So no, you got the music down there. But that's sort of where they're all bunching around and trying to get around. And I just think the best place to watch it is Main Street. I stood sort of just on the edge of the plaza, but between the plaza and the old photo center, or I think it's the Wizard of Oz store now, like on the edge there by one of the poles. That was a good spot. But anywhere in Main Street is fine. People literally start sitting there very early in the night. Like, it's incredible. So be prepared for a busy parade. The parade did say this year was the biggest and best parade. They also said that last year and the year before. I can't personally work out what was bigger and better. To me, there was no change at all. It looked identical. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know what is different. It's still a great parade. The floats are incredible. Yeah, check it out. It's definitely worth waiting around for. And then this year they pumped so much more of that fake snow into Main Street. Like, it was really felt like it was snowing, obviously without the coldness. But it was cool. People love it. It was just so nice. And of course, once the parade finishes, Mariah Carey comes on, that song. The one. But families are happy and dancing, and Movie World really know how to make it feel like Christmas. So I think at Christmas time, if you want to feel the joy of Christmas, they do it so well. They really do. You feel like it's Christmas, and you feel Christmassy, and they do a great job. Yes, the event is basically exactly the same as last year. They blueprint it, but it works. And if you're a pass holder, you get a free ticket. Get down there and check it out. Buy some food. Bring your family, friends, what have you. Just enjoy it. It's, Christmas once a year. Have something nice to celebrate. There's been obviously some not so great things to celebrate in the world lately. So, have a time to escape reality and just feel the joy of the festive season. It's really nice. Daniel's Donuts is opened at Movie World. You probably have seen my couple of vlogs, posts, I guess, on that. Daniel's Donuts is a very well-known donut chain from Victoria, and they've redone sweet treats at the corner there into Daniel's Donuts. It's completely changed over inside. There's milkshakes, there's ice cream, there's donuts. I haven't tried them yet. They look amazing. They had a deal, donut and a drink for $10. I mean, they're really decent donuts, not just they look like Krispy Kreme. No, they don't look like Krispy Kremes. They look bigger and better than Krispy Kremes. I don't know. They look amazing. So check it out. And also, if you go into the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory chocolate shop, they now have Wonka bars back in stock as of Friday night just gone. You cannot buy a Wonka bar in Australia at the moment other than here now, and you'll also start to see them in a few other retailers. You'll see them at Dreamworld in their lolly shop there. Reason why I know this is in my job, I supply those Wonka bars. I've seen a few comments of a few people saying, oh, they look cheap and typical Movie World, which is really bad to see those comments, because I can tell you now that Wonka bar comes from the original manufacturer of the Wonka bar in South Africa. All right. So they make the Wonka bars for all of the US Wonka stores. They have Wonka stores and they have all these lolly stores in the USA. This is the same bar. It is the exact same bar. We air freighted them over specifically for Christmas. So we are the only supplier to have this product. So obviously, I used to work at Movie World years ago as the operations manager for retail. I knew how many Wonka bars we used to sell. Like crazy amounts. So I rang them and said, guess what we got back? And they're like, what? Yes, please. So I did post a little video, a short and a reel or something, or TikTok about that. Yeah, check it out. When you go down to Movie World, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory shop, go in there. There's Wonka bar. You can buy a Wonka bar. I don't know what they're charging for them. I'm not sure. It's a 60-gram chocolate bar. Check it out. Anyway, White Christmas, like I was saying, try and work out the show times, because going to an event like that is about the Christmas. To me, it's about Christmas, not about the rides so much. Everyone's different, but if you're wanting to check out the event, you got to check out all of the shows, and you'll need that schedule. So check it out online, write it down, put it in a little notepad or take a photo, whatever works for you. Find out where the characters are. Photo Center has the times and locations. And then don't miss the parade at 8 o'clock. So all in all, get those shows, the parades, and character photos. You know, maybe you might get a ride or two, and maybe you'll see the 4D show theater. That's the night. 3 hours. You got to cram a lot in there. It does feel like Christmas, and it's a great night. All right. I'm going to just jump back into some comments, and then we're going to talk about Scooby-Doo. Yes, we are. Thank you all so much for... pretty much most of you still on here, so fantastic. I know a few had to go. Thank you all so much. We're going to talk about Scooby-Doo. There's been lots of comments. Every day since we posted the videos, there's been lots of comments, and they're not all positive, and we'll talk through those because I really want to give my perspective on it and go from there. My favorite part of White Christmas, it's probably the parade, but the floats are incredible, to be honest, and it's always great to see that. But to be honest, we're so busy and there's so many other things going on in life. If you just stop and look at how happy families are with their kids just being in such a Christmassy environment with characters and the look on the kids' faces and stuff, you know, that's the stuff that's what's great about White Christmas, and that's what movie will do a great job of. So, you know, I think when you got to stop and stand back, it's about that. It's about creating the happiness and joy of Christmas for families. So yeah, it's cool seeing the happiness and people, the families dancing at the end of the parade and that down Main Street. And when it's snowing, it's fun and it's happy, So yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. All right. So okay, let me just what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna scroll to the bottom. I know there's a lot of Scooby comments. We're gonna talk about that right now. So what for Christmas do we go? What time is? Yeah, again, go on the website, just search in Movie World White Christmas. That'll bring up the show schedules. Again, the first show is 5:30 on Main Street. All the shows are on Main Street at the top of Main Street. And the rest of the shows go from like say 6 or just after 6, right through to about 7:15. There's night rides, there's foods, there's characters around, and then there's the parade. So that's essentially what White Christmas is all about. And there's little shops are open as well. Why did they shut down Scooby-Doo? We're going to talk about everything with Scooby-Doo in just 1 second. I just want to make sure if there's any other quick comments that are not Scooby-Doo related. They should put Kylie Minogue Christmas song on because she's Aussie. Yeah, that's a good point. Although I think just that Mariah one is that's Christmas, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Jason's saying he might get the Santa picture this year for the family. Absolutely. It's a lovely set, honestly. It's really nice. Yes, that's $60. It's not cheap, but you get a photo package with that. All right, you get a lot of different sized photos and printouts and digital copies. Yeah. The Angle family 334 going to Dreamworld tomorrow to the Clawers. The King Clawers open fully. John McLeod saying Daniel's Donuts are the bomb. He says it's way better than Krispy Kremes, in his words. What is the theme park? What is the next theme park you're going to? Well, it would be Movie World to see the stunt show. That's next on the agenda, for sure. They need to add Fright Nights to the annual pass. Yeah, I don't think you'll see them do that. Last year, watched the parade at the Scooby-Doo ride area. Yeah, look, the parade, they started by Midway Games. They come out through there. You can get a really good look at everything there and everything, but it's what you don't get is that the whole music and the lighting of the main street. So, yeah, it depends. I've done it from there as well. Other years gone by, I have done it from down there. It's just to try the difference, I guess. All right. My friend is usually the trumpet player in the marching band. I know that guy does a great job. The whole band is excellent, by the way. They were at Dreamworld in the morning on that same morning on the Friday, doing their thing. So John is also saying that the brand new Dolphin presentation called One has finally launched to the public. Okay. I knew it was this week. I just wasn't sure what day it was. So John is saying that it is on twice a day currently, 11:30 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. Make sure if you're going to SeaWorld, check out that dolphin show, brand new dolphin show. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely try to get there over the holidays. I'm not going to be able to get there in the next week or so, but yeah, it'd be cool to see that dolphin show called One. It'd be interesting to see what the difference is. Obviously, be a storyline difference. But that's cool. Something at every park, pretty much. And of course, don't forget Zoom Zone is open at Wet and Wild already. 4 body slides at the front of the park. The only things. Okay, we'll talk about Scooby. We're going to get to Scooby like literally in a second. I just want to miss other comments. Might have to find you some sparkling. I'm into the sparkling water at the moment, actually. I'm really into the sparkling water. Yeah. I'm into sparkling now. And my sponsor tonight is no, it's not. This is just Coles Water, but I certainly aren't sponsored by Coles. Appreciate that, John. Thank you. What do we got here? Meet you at the Mike Christmas. Yes, I remember. And your Superman dog. Yes, I remember meeting you and your is it friends and family. Up at the top of Main Street there. Always a pleasure to see you. All right, I reckon we can talk about Scooby Doo now. Okay. We're gonna talk about Scooby Doo. We got there. I wanted to leave the best for last. Appreciate you guys that are still hanging in there. So, all right, Scooby Doo. So, okay, there's been lots of questions. Why did it close and all this stuff? Okay, now I'm not the expert by any means, and if I get something wrong, it's just information I've been told and read and so forth. So, by all means, chime in. So Scooby opened in 2002. 2002. Okay, that's when it first opened. The first version. Now, this is where a lot of people are saying I'm wrong. They're saying the first version had a disco room. Well, I was working there actually, and the second version, the next generation, which was the last version before this version, that's when they put all that in there. It might have had a couple of bits of lighting, maybe, but the lasers and all the whole like disco room, the Scrappy Doo and the lift and all that was put in for the next generation, which is the second version of the ride. All right, so we're up to version 3 of the ride. It had to close nearly 3 years ago because it had got to the end of its life as far as the operational part of the ride, the control booth, the sensors, the braking systems, everything that runs the ride, the trains, that pretty much got to the end of their life. Over 20 years of however many millions of riders. Okay, so it got to the end of it. So they had to make a decision. Okay, we can't get rid of Scooby Doo. Everyone loves that coaster. We got to do a multi-million-dollar makeover because now to replace all that stuff is way more expensive. And in fact, the manufacturer Mark Coasters, some of they were doing it. They don't even have a lot of those. Didn't have a lot of those parts anymore. That's what happened to Superman 2. That's an older ride now. There's only, I think, 12 of them left in the world, or around about that number. They had to get a part. They couldn't just go and get the part. They had to refabricate and make a part. But Scooby had several things that they had to completely make. But to pull everything out in terms of the operational system, the actual ride operating system, that's millions of dollars worth of equipment, or hundreds of thousands into the millions. With the whole thing, they had, they've said all along they had to give it a makeover because they needed. It got to the end of its life, and the operational ride operating systems had to be swapped out or put new stuff back in. That's a very expensive exercise. They've never said we're changing Scooby-Doo to a brand new version. They've never said that. Yet everyone is going, it looks the same, rah, 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 which is like, it's like they've never said that. Like it's weird. I don't know where people have read, but anyway, so that's why they had to do it. They've had other projects going on. Wizard of Oz, obviously. That was one of the most, the major things that they had going on as well during that time. So I understand because they also couldn't get some of those parts that took longer to find or source or make, and of course cost blew out a bit too. It's just one of those things. So anyway, lots of things, but with with all the right operating. So most of the money went to things you don't even see. Like the whole control booth in there now is completely modernized, screens, state of the art. It used to just be push button, clank clank. Completely different. 20 something years ago. Technology is way different. Some of the track got redone. I need parts of it, not the whole thing. Obviously, it's still the same ride, but they did refresh, repaint, fixed up a few things, made things a bit better, did some projection mapping. They've put a few cool, awesome things into the dark section of that. The dark ride section, the start and the end parts as well. Really cool. Now, when you get to the ride itself, in terms of the coaster part, so the lift that you go up, that sways left and right, which still does, it still sways left and right. It's the same lift. But of course, the next generation had the Scrappy-Doo video in there. They had lights up the side. It's just black darkness like it was originally back in 2002. And then when you go out and then you go backwards down before you get to the turntable, that whole area is now just back to complete darkness. You can see a few little colored lights here and there, which are like mainly probably like the exit lights and things. But it's quite dark. And the thing I like about that is you don't know. Well, I mean, I know the track layout pretty well. If you didn't know it, you don't know what's happening, which way. All of a sudden, you're like, whoa, I'm turning there. Whoa, I'm going this way. And that's what's quite cool about that. That's the cool part. However, the soundtrack, which used to be pumping in there, is quite low now. It's not noise. It's not as loud. And it was like, why is that not? And the reason for that is because if you remember when Arkham Asylum was there and you walked down to Arkham Asylum, you could hear, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You could hear the whole song playing, right? Loud as anything through the wall, because that building backs onto Wizard of Oz. It's right there. So, putting Wizard of Oz there, a whole new themed land, like Disneyland and all that kind of places, when you go from land to land, you're not allowed to hear, if you're in the land of Oz, you can't hear Scooby-Doo playing because it doesn't exist in the land of Oz. So Warner Brothers have said that that cannot be heard here. You need to turn that volume down. So now the volume is down inside that Scooby ride. What I think is going to be could be a fix to that is something they do really well overseas and a lot of theme parks over there is they have onboard ride vehicle audio. To me, that's what they needed to have done or need to do. And it can still maybe aligned with the lower music in the building, but having it on board as well somehow. That would fix that. I do feel though that having that black where the coaster part is, I think it needs something in there. Yes, it does feel. Look, if you haven't been on it before, you wouldn't know, and it's cool, it's amazing, it's great. Because most of us have been on the second version, it's and because also there was that part where after you've gone down backwards in the turntable, and there was that mirror there. There's that big mirror along there. That's gone as well. So they've taken a lot of things out from the second generation to make it back to the original. So not a lot of people, not everyone was around then or remembers that so much. So yeah, I think personally there should be something added back to that room. What? I don't know. Maybe some more lasers again. I think the lasers were pretty cool. So maybe that's what they need to do. And then they need to sort something out with that audio. But look, apart from that, it's the same awesome Scooby-Doo, right? There isn't that. They're new trains. They look the same, of course, but they're new, but quite comfortable, slightly different design. One thing that is different, I got to tell you this now. So, okay, you got the test seat now at the side of the building, which is great. You go there, you pull the lap bar down, the light goes green if you can ride it. If it stays red, you won't be able to ride it. However, when you go on this ride now, and then when you come into the station at the end of the ride, and then they click they release the harnesses. Before, you used to just push it up and then hop out. Now you have to push it down, like down about that much, and then it goes up. So you just be aware of that. You got to push it down and then up. And you do it. They don't do it. You do it. So that's changed. That's different. The little tiki bar, it's still there, but Scooby's not there in that anymore. Yeah, they've enhanced, they've repainted. It's definitely not an entirely new ride. They never said they were putting an entirely new ride or making it completely different. No, most of that money is stuff you can't see. It's the ride operational system to now give that ride another 20 years of life. So yeah, it's just it's like the amount of comments that are saying, "Oh, I waited all this time and it's the same." Correct. Like they never said that was going to be different. It's never ever said that. No one said that. It's the right operational system, the money they have to spend on that. They had to do it so that we can enjoy Scooby Doo again. But they've brought it back to the original style, original, not the last version. Yeah, and I think maybe they might add a few things back in I reckon maybe over the next 6 months. We might see a few things added or change into there. That's what I think. But yeah, look, it was amazing. We got invited in. Content creators again got invited in a day before. Oh no, actually, it had soft opened, technical rehearsals. I think a day or two before that, maybe a day before that, and that day also after we had exclusive use of it from for a couple of hours, but the public couldn't ride it. And then after 12, they did the again technical rehearsal, soft launch, and then they officially opened it on Sunday the 14th, which was just like it's officially open, guys. And there was a stampede of people running to that ride, which is pretty funny to see. But yeah, we're invited in. There's probably 80 of us, not just content creators, but also a lot of other people invited guests and that kind of stuff, which was really cool. And we were able to experience the breakfast with the stars. Most people hadn't done that yet. Again, I really enjoyed that breakfast. And then we got to go down and we had, again, we got to check out the queue line, check out the queuing area. They've done a lot in there. Like they really have. It's enhanced a lot. The new paint and the new screens. They play the full movie in there now. The fountain's got like that steam coming out of it. It's really cool. So yeah, like it's still Scooby Doo. Like you got to realize that it's there's no whole change. It's not why they did it. It's not why they did it. And it just I just think a lot of people just are thinking they're going into a completely different roller coaster. Well, no, it's not. Don't expect it because it's not. It's Scooby Doo, but original. So it does look less than what you like. That roller coaster cat and mouse part. No more lasers. The music's quieter. Those are the reasons why. I think they might put lasers back or something. They kind of needs it, I feel, or something. I think a lot of people think the same. So we'll see. They might not, but they might. So let's just wait and see. Hey, it's open. That's what we wanted. We wanted it back open. We can ride it again. It's still an awesome coaster. Everyone loves it. I was asking people, what did you think? And everyone was like, it was awesome. We loved it. Thank God. It's great to be back on Scooby Doo again. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to say there. We were invited to film on the ride, not just holding the phone. We had to have GoPros, and we had to again have them cable tied and gaffer taped to our hands, and they check it all, they do it all for the content creators. So that was really kind of movable to have offered that. They don't allow filming on rides essentially. To do that is really cool and really great. And we're very lucky to have actually been invited out to do that. And it's just great to have it open again, definitely. So that was the day. We're going to go to some of your comments now. And now I just saw Simon. You're a very generous, kind person. Thank you again for the other super chat. Please don't feel obligated. You're very kind, and I'm so appreciative. But you please don't. I mean, $5 is $2 is plenty as well. Honestly, you're very kind, and I really appreciate what your generosity. Your question was, how long was the wait time for Scooby Doo? So when we went on that day, so we had exclusive use of that for a couple of hours. So we had to wait a little bit because they had pre-opening checks in the morning, and there was a small delay on opening. We had to wait for probably about half hour, 40 minutes. But I believe the queue times. Someone did say, I think opening day, it was at, I think an hour and a half, or no, sorry, I think it was maybe at 2 hours at one point. I think I'm not too sure of that, but I do know it's a bit quicker. I think there's an extra couple of trains, so they can get through people a bit faster. The best thing to do you can't check. Look, I'm going to head down there at some point soon. I'm not sure if it's this weekend or the one after, but we've got to check out the stunt show maybe Friday. That's if I can get time off on Friday. So if I can get down there, I'll have a look at Scooby Doo, and I'll put a video out, and I'll make mention of the ride wait times. Now, keep in mind, ride wait times, they vary, and it depends on the time of the day. So if I checked it in early in the morning, it might be like 25 minutes. If I check it in 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it could be 2.5 hours. When the parade's on, a lot of people watch the parade, so the ride wait times go down. And obviously towards the back end of the day, they go down a little bit too. So, yeah. So I'll try and be a bit more specific on that when I get my next video out, because and that'll be, well, it won't quite be full on. It's the holidays, but it's not going to be the full on holidays just yet. The busiest day of the year at the theme parks, any of the theme parks, is December the 27th. So you got Boxing Day is busy, but the 27th is the busiest day. 28th is also almost the same. It drops slightly, but almost the same. And 29th is also sort of busy. Then it starts to sort of drop a bit for New Year's. Then it's just pretty consistent, average. Well, not average. It's busy, but not hectic. The 27th, 28th is the hectic days. Even the 26th to a point, but that 27th is crazy. So, yes, so Simon, I'll try and get a bit more of a guide on that. But I think someone did mention to me around 2 hours last Sunday at like in the later part of the day, or maybe mid-afternoon. But when I was there, it was there's only 80 of us, and it was exclusive use for filming and all that kind of stuff. So that was not really a wait time so much. We were pretty much just riding it several times, on and off. Thank you again, Simon. If you see me in the parks, please come up to me and say hi. I really would like to thank you in person. Very, very kind of you. All right. So, look, I know since I started that Scooby conversation, there's probably been several comments. So let me just try and come to your comments. Okay. So let me see. I've got to kind of find where I was at. If I've missed your comment, like I said before, just chuck another one in there. Okay. Let's see. All right, I think I've found where I was at before I started the Scooby-Doo chat about that. Okay. Oh, okay. Just before the first comment was, why did they take out the Tower of Terror at Dreamworld? Uh, as far as I understand, when they ran that ride once, it was electromagnets. It used more power in that one ride than the whole of Dreamworld in a year. It was super expensive to run. I think there's only one other like it in the world, which no, I think that might have even now been. I think there might be one other, or it might be about to be pulled down, or might have just got pulled down. But yeah, it just way too expensive to run, and they couldn't get parts anymore. That's what it comes down to. All right, so Scooby Doo, Scooby Doo, Scooby Doo. Let's get back to that. My lifestyle would be good going to the theme park so much. So I work full time like every other person, Monday to Friday. Saturday is my only day for filming. So I try and squeeze in so much filming and content on that day, and then I spend the rest of the weekend editing, scheduling, and I drop stuff during the week scheduled. So I'm not a full time YouTuber. It'd be cool to be a full timer, but just at the moment, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. You know, it's my weekend hobby. All right. Scooby Doo Spooky Coaster is a wild mouse. Yes, that is correct. What rides are open at night for White Christmas? I think pretty much all of them. Scooby Doo is reopened now. Yes. Okay. All right. I found where I'm at. So, okay. They need to have custom parts ordered for Scooby Doo. They would do now. They would do now because they've just had to get all these new parts. And part of, when they do that is they do have to get a surplus of parts for things so they can fix them on site. And then there's not a huge downtime. So, yeah, they would have 100% would have done that. Plus, get rid of some of the outdated effects. Yep, that's right. They did. And replace some of the old effects with some new ones, some track mapping, and that was done. What's the best part about Scooby Doo? For me, it was just getting back on the thing, eh? To be honest, no, actually, there's a new screens on the inside before you go in the lift. That was really cool. It was cool to see the blades, the axes again. But that at the end of the roller coaster part, that last scene of the projection mapping and there's like explosions and that was a bit of a wow factor. So yeah, probably that was really cool. But I just loved it. I just loved going back on there. It was really cool. One of my favorite rides. So yeah, for me, just everything. Okay, why did they take out the? Oh, okay, we read that one. What do you think of the new Scooby now? I watched your video and it doesn't seem to be as much special effects as, yeah, well, that's like I was saying. The next generation, which was the second version, they put all those lasers and everything in there. And then this one's gone back to sort of the very first version, 2002 version. I prefer that main wild mouse area having lasers and stuff like that back in there. I personally would. But then again, also it's cool not knowing when you can't see the track. So when you're turning and where that turn is, that's what's pretty cool about that. So other than that, everything else, yeah, really cool. They made it brighter. Scooby Doo, yeah, wild mouse, yeah. Okay, so we got. My first ride was in 2005. I'm positive the wild mouse section had red strips up and down the walls and green laser lights during the side to side. So I think in the lift it might have had the red strip lights. Yeah, but the as far as the big, they put the lasers in for section 2, for version 2, as far as we can remember. They need to get rid of. They need to get rid of track mapping. Yeah, not sure about that one. Let's see. Yeah, the original version would have had some lighting. It would have definitely had some lighting in it, in that part, but not that full on. The full on lasers and everything was version 2, next generation. Might have had. It definitely would have had. I think those red strip lights that rings a bell. Um, do you know if the Warner Brothers acquisition Netflix have any effect on movie world? It'll have zero impact on that. In fact, I don't think it's gone through. I think they've pulled out of it. I don't think it was ever finalized anyway. I think it was in the news today or something. That's not going ahead. All it would do, remember, Warner Brothers don't own Movie World. So Village Roadshow, and there's an investment company that own Movie World. They use Warner Brothers name and logo and IPs. So they pay them money to do that. And with that, Warner Brothers is very specific about, well, that has to be specifically like this and like that and this color and all that. That's normal when you pay for an IP. That if that have gone through, or if it does go through, zero change, zero impact on Movie World. In fact, if anything, it might give their retail or the retail department more options for merchandise, more different IPs for merchandise, like Netflix-based things, and maybe even Netflix-based characters or attractions could potentially even possibly be used in park. Won't have any other impact on the park though, because they don't own it. They don't own it. They need to make it more like Garden of the Galaxy. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, end of the day, Scooby Doo is Scooby Doo. Thanks for confirming. Sounds like a big project. What was the cost of Scooby? We don't know the final cost. They never actually said, so we're not sure of that. It's multi-million dollars. It could be $2 million. It could be 20 million, but I'm not sure. But it's not cheap. So yeah. But that's all cool. All right, what else we got here? They need a setup. Okay, we've read that comment. Why do they take out the Tower of Terror? We've read that one. Why did they take out the log rider at Dreamworld? I think it was something to do with the. Well, again, it was old. It was old, and the conveyor systems were very old and outdated. And again, the cost of refurbishing that whole thing wasn't worth it. So yeah, it just came down to that, really, as far as I know. And there's an opportunity, I guess, for a bigger and better log rider going in the future. Let's hope. Okay, so what do we got here? We love to see the cars and characters from Spy Chase be a part of the Stars Parade. It depends if they are speed governed or not. So because there's people all around, any time you put a vehicle, they cannot go faster than, I don't know what the speed limit is. I think it's 5 k's an hour, 10 maybe. They have to be speed governed. So in case someone accidentally foot jammed on the accelerator, so it doesn't plow through the people at full speed. So yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize. Dane, thanks for the comment, mate. Thanks for jumping on. Yeah, I mean, it would be great. Years ago, they used to have stunt cars in parades and things, and I think they had to put something on there to speed govern it during that time. But yeah, you never know. I think they definitely need to provide a different parade, because the parade, the daily normal parade, is pretty basic and pretty ordinary. I think they just, years ago, there was dances, there was, Batman flying across. There was the ghost from Scooby-Doo, Spooky Island floats. Maybe we'll see the Spooky Island float come back. I know that float doesn't exist anymore. Maybe they'll rebuild it. I don't know. But it would be cool to see an improvement in the parade for sure. Not just at special events. Did you used to be movie world ops? I was retail operations, the group retail operations manager. So for the 16 parks they own, well, it's 5 now. They used to own Wet n Wild Sydney as well, but they've sold that now. So, I spent I think 11 years at the theme parks. I was in that. I was in retail management for quite all that time, but I was in that ops role for probably the last, I think it was like 3 years, two or 3 years, 2.5 years maybe. And the last before I left and went and worked for that other drinks company that ended badly for them. Anyway, last time I went on the Tower of Terror, it went past the loading, unloading station and went to the end of the tunnel like it didn't brake properly, and maintenance had to get us out. Oh, well, that's a bit scary. Like you didn't go right through it, out the other end. I'm sure they've got big stoppers there and safety precautions. But God knows what's in that building right now. Who knows? Probably storage. I think the park's power usage doubled when the pod was launched. And yeah, 100% it did. 100%. It was super expensive. Super expensive. Only for that period of time, though. Yeah. Dreamworld should do the old... Dreamworld should do... Sorry, mate. Do in the old cars area like Hollywood Park, Pangi the ride. I'm not sure what that is. I haven't. Pangi the ride, no track. But I'm not sure what that is. Sorry, I'm not familiar with that ride. But there's definitely an opportunity, obviously in that area for future attractions, and hopefully they will definitely do that. Hey, Dane says the nostalgic hits of getting on Scooby was amazing. I agree, it was. Dark ride section is great. The finale, so good. It is. The dark ride section is amazing. The finale is excellent, isn't it? It really is. It's so cool. Do you think that should update or change the Wild West area because that ride is one of the oldest? They've done major restorations and refurbishments ongoing on that ride. It could possibly use something else, but it's still one of my favorite rides. Definitely still one of my favorite rides. Dane says the Wild Mouse section, one hand, great because it's pitch black. On the other hand, the lights would be cool. Yeah. It's like you say, you don't know when it's turning. That's the cool thing. You don't know when it's turning or when you drop. That's the cool thing about that being dark. But like I was saying before, it's the lights added something extra to that, didn't it? So we'll have to see. I think, maybe they'll add something to it. There's another ride like Tower of Terror. Both sides open the same. The ride did shut down. Superman. That's right. It was Superman Tower of Terror, I think it was. Yeah. That's right. Competing for a world record, I think it was. Stranger Things themed roller coaster would be cool. Absolutely, I would agree with that and would love that. Someone just found a video from Theme Park Review from 14 years ago. Yeah, that would have been the next generation, probably. The next generation version, 14 years ago, I think. Is it smoother? Look, I think it is. The brake systems definitely feels different. Obviously, there's new brake systems in there. So yeah, I think it did feel different. It felt good though. It didn't feel rough or anything. So yeah, it felt good. I seen a video when Scooby Doo was first opened. It was way better. I don't. I think this. I think what they've done now is really. I mean, it was always cool. It was always good. Don't get me wrong. It was always good. But yeah, like Dane said, like just getting back on it is just awesome. Just awesome. Just being in that load bay, and in that dark ride section, just it's just awesome. It's just awesome. Yeah, the big spider got put in for next generation. That was from an existing part of the park when they used. I think they had Harry Potter. That spider now is gone. It's destroyed. It fell apart, basically. So yeah. I live near Wet n Wild Sydney. Disappointed it got sold. It's still a water park there though. It's called, isn't it something else now? It's they don't own it or operate it, but yeah. I think one of the managers who used to run Wet n Wild Sydney still works there and manages that park, or I think does the ride maintenance side of things there. I think. Do you think I got the old merch in the building seal? Sorry, I don't get that question. Do you think I got the old merch? Sorry, I'm not sure what the question is there. I apologize. I can't make that out. How did you find King Claw compared to the Claw? You managed to keep your eyes open. Yeah, I kept my eyes open the whole time. And yes, I felt sick. It's way more powerful, way more smoother. Definitely. Yeah, it's just a better. It's just better ride experience. Definitely a better ride experience than the original Claw. Original Claw was always cool, of course, iconic for Dreamworld. This is way better, way better. But I think if you can stomach the ride it twice, but not necessarily right after each other, but ride once on the left side and once on the right side, and you get a different ride experience. Oh, the jungle ride with dinosaurs. Yeah, I got you, John. Yeah. Oh, is that in Florida? I haven't been there. I think, is that right? I don't. Is that where it is, or are you talking about DCA? I'm not sure. With Scooby done and Superman and Flash back up, is now the opportunity for Movie World to do something with the Doomsday. Yeah, that should definitely be the next project. Let's watch this space. Any idea when the new Dreamworld sign is going up on the entrance of the new logo? Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised that they haven't changed it yet. They changed that a while ago, so haven't heard. It'll probably just happen overnight. We'll get there one day and go, oh look, new logo. That's the kind of stuff they do. If it was up to me, I'd make Dreamworld more like Alton Towers Resort to have rides like the Smiler. That is a pretty crazy ride, isn't it? I know. I haven't been on it, but I've seen plenty of video on that one. Yeah, that's a pretty crazy thrill ride. That would be cool for Dreamworld. 100% it would be cool for Dreamworld. Yep, for sure. And Oblivion, yeah, Oblivion as well. Yep. The new ride vehicles on Scooby Doo, yeah, mate, they were more comfortable. The seats just felt more comfortable. And with the lap bar, like I said earlier on, when you finish the ride and when you pull into the ride station and they click it, unlock it, you don't just pull it up. You have to push it down for like that much down and then up. That's weird, kind of, but that's the way that works. Be aware for that. Other than that, didn't feel that different. Other than that, but just felt more comfortable. Like the seat feels more comfortable, and I think it's a smooth. It just felt smooth. But again, it's been nearly 3 years since we've ridden Scooby Doo. You can only sort of remember so much, I guess, about how it actually, how it actually rode. I guess. Dreamworld story. Dreamworld storytelling's better. No, they're doing a good job of it. Absolutely. Do I think the merch is? Do you think the merch is still in the old building where Tara? Oh, no, no, definitely not. Sorry, at Dreamworld. No, it's not because they actually cleared it all out. For example, just above my finger, you can't probably see it too well, is a Tower of Terror mug from Dreamworld. So they were clearing all of those out, reduced them cheap. So yeah, I'll show you. So yeah, Terra mug. They had all the merch and they cleared it out through the main street, store. Tower of Terror 2. That one. That was pretty cool mug. That was the entranceway. If you remember, you used to walk through into the mouth to get into the ride. It was right at the front of the building, which was pretty impressive when you walked up to it. And oh my god, this is going to be terrifying. But no, there's no more merch in there. It's all gone, all sold through. All right. Is the Scooby Q line still muggy and smells like chlorine? It had air conditioning in there. I felt it wasn't really that muggy, although when you get a lot of people together, it does get a little bit warm. But I didn't notice a chlorine smell. Dane, if he's still on here, let's see what his thoughts are on that. If he smelled that, I didn't smell it. So, and I wasn't that hot in there. It was getting a little bit warm then when we were waiting. I must say it was a little bit, but yeah. Yes, Scooby Doo store does sell Scooby snacks, but they are pet foods. They are dog food. They're not human consumption. It says it on the bag. But funnily enough, when I worked there, I'd seen people buy them and start eating them in the park. It was funny. And you're busy serving customers, you go, oh my god, it says it on there. Do not eat. It's for pets. You think, oh well. If you're behind the counter and you got a queue a mile long, people are buying stuff. You're just processing the sales, bagging up, getting through the customers as fast as possible. Next customer, please. And then, yeah. Or you just be in the park and you just see people eating these Scooby snacks. I mean, they're probably not going to harm you, but anyway. It was funny to see that. All right, so I'm trying to keep up with your comments, everyone. Thank you all so much for sticking on here. By the way, that about the Scooby Q line. Apparently, Q line is not a real word, not a real thing. I got someone sent me this massive comment on how and the definition on a Q line, and I was wrong saying Q line. There's no such thing as a Q line. So yeah, apparently. So I got it wrong. Anyway, what do we got here? Raging Waters. That's right. The one in the water park that used to be Wet and Wild in Sydney is now Raging Waters. That's the one. That's the one. Okay. It's Straws. Hey, how are you, mate? I did King Claw, Steel Taipan, I then still Taipan after, and then I felt sick. I could do as many rides, or 2 years ago, I could do as many rides as I can't anymore. Yeah, I think as you get a bit older, and you're only young, but you do, you when you're a kid, like a kid, you can just seem to cop that stuff. Doesn't matter, 10 times in a row, easy. I mean, I'm a lot older than you, probably more than double your age, I would imagine. And yeah, like I still ride all the rides, of course, but it's the G forces and it's the G forces that get me now on a lot of stuff. Like it makes me feel a bit funny. But that combined with swinging and spinning, yeah, doesn't do it. Doesn't do it well. Did you ever visit Australia's Wonderland? No, I wish I had the opportunity to. Never did. Watched countless videos on it though, because it looks. I love Hanna-Barbera, and they had all the Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters there. So that's more my era. Was Hanna-Barbera. Some of my favorite Hanna-Barbera characters or cartoons. Some of you have probably gone, I've never heard of it. Guarantee you. But some of you that might be a little older might have heard of Atom Ant or Captain Caveman or the Hillbilly Bears or Precious Pup. Yeah, those kind of were my go-to cartoons. Minecraft or Harry Potter into Doomsday. They probably won't. They won't. They probably Universal owns the theme park rights to Harry Potter, even though it's Warner Brothers. That's why it's no longer at Movie World. So, don't think we'll see Harry Potter coming back ever. Well, I don't think they will ever put it back. There needs to be something completely different though. Something pretty cool. Yeah, look, Minecraft maybe, but Spooky Island maybe. Just something movie based. Really, I think. Is the Movie World logo at top of the park's arch to be changed? The good question. I would assume so. I mean, they announced the change of the logo, and the front gate is still the old one. So I'm not sure. I would say it will be getting changed at some point. So we don't know when. Probably when the hotel goes up. They changed the seat. They changed that seat for Scooby Doo, thanks to new theme park rules. Yeah, probably something to do with that. If you've never been on the Scooby Doo ride, it will catch you by surprise. Yeah, that's exactly right, Pauline. If you haven't been on it, it's going to be really cool, and yeah, that's exactly right. That is exactly right. Dreamworld now, Straws says, Dreamworld now just really needs a water ride. That's right, they do. Until what? Yeah, you're right. A hole in the attraction lineup. Yeah, you're right. They need that water ride back. 100% they do. Hey, Aaron. Nah. No, you gotta have some secrets, mate. You gotta have some secrets. It's not a secret. Every time I meet my subscribers, when I talk to people, I always take my glasses off for politeness. It's my character, Jaggs Journey's character. Dreamworld just needs. I know we did that one. Stardust Races, yes, did that ride. Yeah, they have changed some of their stuff on that, but yeah, I rode that ride and absolutely loved it, and that was crazy. I felt crook a tiny bit when I came off that, but not too bad. It was pretty good. Why did they change the name to Terror of Tower to the Terror of Tower 2? Because the original version went up forwards, and then the Tower of Terror 2 went up backwards. That was the second version, backwards version. I missed Wonderland. Yep. What do you think is more scary, a batwing on or the giant drop? Because my mate loves batwing and refuses to do the giant drop. Yeah, more scary giant drop for sure. Batwing is uh, it's fun. It's you sit there in anticipation, but then to get shot up is a different sensation when you go up slowly, up and up and up and up and up, and then you keep going, keep going, keep going, and then you're oh my god, and you're hanging there with your legs hanging. The sensation is like sitting on the edge of like a 40-story building with your legs on over the edge that you could just slip off. It's very frightening, and that drop is massive. It's a massive drop. I think definitely giant drop is more scary. Definitely. It's one of the scariest rides in Australia, without a doubt. Original Tower of Terror queue line was done so well. It was, It was really cool, actually. It was really cool in there. The whole ride was like well ahead of its time, I reckon. There was a walkway made out to be as if you were overlooking a city. Yeah, that's right. There was too. Exactly right. And hearing the ride take off. Yeah, that noise. Those are the sounds of Dreamworld. The Tower of Terror going, and the steam train when they had the steam train going. Absolutely right. That was so cool. Yeah, they revamped it in 2010. They flipped the ride to backwards. That's why it was Tower of Terror 2. That is correct. Straws, thank you for your very generous super chat. Thank you. You're always so kind and generous, and I really appreciate you. You're 19. Yeah, I thought you were around that sort of 20 age. But just get sick if I do so many rides close together. Last time I did Serpent Slayer, that was awful. I felt so sick. I could never do that on that harsh cycle or hard cycle. I could not ever do it. Nah, it was just that's just too crazy. That's too crazy. When I was in the US and when I was at Islands of Adventure in Florida, so I went on. What did I go on first? So I went on Hagrid's, the roller coaster ride, and that's full on. It's a full on. One of my favorites, actually. It's crazy, but pretty full on, like really fast, intense. It's crazy. Then the people that I was with from Universal, because they had an executive pass that we could just go straight on to every ride. They're like, okay, we're just going to go now straight on and ride the what's it called, the one in the castle, the one in the Harry Potter land there, the one, the big, what's it called, anyway, the one in the big castle, which I've been on many times. But when I rode it straight after Hagrid's, I was feeling a bit iffy. I wasn't feeling okay, just a bit iffy. But that one made me feel, because it's got the screens, and the screens in that one are pretty bad. Like, they make me feel real motion sickness in that ride. And I come off that ride, and I was white. I was not good. So yeah, the trick is not to do rides like right after each other as you get older. But thanks, Straws, again for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Now there was a couple other comments there, guys. Don't want to miss anyone's. Again, if I miss your comment, apologize. Put it in again, or send me a message, a DM, Instagram. I do get back to people. It may not be instantaneously, but I do get back to you. Pauline saying she's 58 and can go from ride to ride all day long. You're crazy. How do you do that? Good on you. I wish I could, but I can't. There's no way. Hey, Aston, he's just woken up from a nap. Yeah, that's okay. I know you've been traveling. I hope you had a good time in Sydney. Hey, Michael, thanks for jumping on. Good to see you on Friday. Yes, it was also. Maya enjoyed the Alpha Club. I think she is in my video, actually, because I was filming the Alpha Club as part of the video for the parade. and I'm pretty sure she was in that part there. But thank you again. It was always good to see you guys, and thanks for the present. That's again very kind and appreciated. Always good to see you guys. We'll have to see if I get to go on the claw with the height restriction. Yeah, you're taller than me, so I'm 6'2". I think what are you, 6'5", 4, 5? You're quite a bit taller than me. Just wear like really thin shoes and sort of crouch down when you when you go through there. Yeah. Well, you're about to check also out with the seat as well. They have a test seat out the front. But yeah, hopefully you do get to ride that one too. Michael Goodson likes the giant drop at Dreamworld. It is a good ride. I like it at nighttime actually. Yeah, it's really cool. Less scary. Yeah, Serpent Slayer. Jason's makes him sick too. Serpent Slayer is crazy, isn't it? Why did they take out the original Fences card at Dreamworld? Why did they take out the original Fences card at Dreamworld? I'm not sure what that is, mate. I'm sorry, and I'm not sure why. When I was at Robina Town Centre, Village Roadshow probably had a stand there. Yeah, I think they're selling the annual passes. That's right, they do. Jaggs, good news. I got a job. No more Movie World and Dream World every week. Oh, good news. Isn't that bad news? Well, congrats on getting the job. So that's the main thing. Yeah, the parks will be pretty busy over the next few weeks for sure. All right, what have we got here? Do you ride Eureka Mine Ride, or did you ride Eureka Mine Ride? Yeah, I did. That was a crazy ride, actually. Those Eureka Mine, that was crazy. I believe that was built in-house as well, as far as I know. But yeah, that was it was a crazy, fast, intense little roller coaster. That so yeah, I did go on that many times. Pauline loves a giant drop. I say leave me up there. You must love heights. East side is the best. Yeah, you get a nice view out that way, don't you? I haven't been on that side for quite a few years actually. So yeah, maybe next time. Hagrid's was originally going to be a Grinch ride. Oh, really? Well, I'm glad they chose Hagrid's. It's so cool. Here you go. Brandon's saying 195 centimeters is the maximum height. He's right on the limit. So that must be for King Claw. Jaggs, I'm going to the Middle East for that new Six Flags theme parks. Are you? Qiddiya World. Qiddiya. And the Mr. Beast theme park. Wow. And the Dollywood one. Yeah, I want to go to Dollywood too. There's so many places I want to go, but you know, that one in Middle East, Qiddiya, I can't pronounce it correctly, with the Giga Coaster, man, crazy. I'm sure someone like Riley will probably end up there next year. He's a crazy guy that goes all around the world and spins a wheel. I'm sure it'll be on his radar anyway, because I mean, why not? He's a coaster guy. That would be crazy coaster to go on. Because of Harry Potter and thanks to the CEO changes, Universal keep the idea. I'll keep the idea. Yep, fair enough. Jim Carrey's version of the Grinch. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know if it's open yet. I think it is open, isn't it? Well, I know the park's open, but I'm not sure about that ride. Hey, Straws. Hey, thanks again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. Glad to get to a live stream. Hard to do with work. Yeah, understandable, man. Like it's try to fit it in. I literally just only made it on time myself for my own live streams because of work and everything. So, but thanks, hey, thanks heaps. I really appreciate your support ongoing. Make sure when you see me in the parks, come up and say good day again. That'd be cool. Why did they take out the original Fences car at Dreamworld? I'm not sure what Fences car is. Sorry, I don't know. Maybe it was before. I don't know what that is. Sorry. Fences car. I'm not sure. And I'm not sure why either. Sorry. Maybe look it up online. I don't even know what that is. So, yeah, I'm not too sure. Sorry. Can you give me some info about Universal, like what ride to do first? Anything to know? Sure can. Just send me some questions on Instagram, on Messenger, of what you want, which Universal you're going to, and then I'll do my best to answer your questions, man, for sure. Can do. All right. You're 6'7", Michael. She's 6'7". So yeah, I'm not sure if you might be too tall. I don't know. What was it? 198. Someone said 198. I think it was. Anyway, check it out. I hope you get on there. Check it out. It's a good ride. Me, one ride only. They did that. What's your best ride at Dreamworld? It would have to be Jungle Rush. Definitely. Just the theming, the whole land. I love that coaster. I love the triple switch track. Yeah. For me, it's definitely that one. 100%. Guess what, guys? We're actually going to finish up here now because we've been going for nearly 3 hours. So I really appreciate we've dropped a few off, and that's to be expected, of course, because it's getting late. And there's a lot of people obviously on here from other states in other time zones. So first of all, I just want to thank everyone for being on the live tonight, and for those who made some very generous contributions there to the super chats. Very muchly appreciated. Everyone's so kind and generous, and I do appreciate it. And I just appreciate you all being on here and sharing. I'm glad you enjoy the content that I put out, and we all have similar, likes with the theme parks and attractions and rides and things. That's cool to chat every couple of weeks about it all and what's happening and what's going on. I enjoy doing this for you guys, so hopefully you will get something out of it. I appreciate your time because I know everyone's time is important and valuable. So thank you for that. Pauline just says, my granddaughter says when we finish one ride, she says, let's go on another ride. So it's all day doing rides. I couldn't do it, but good on you for doing that for sure. Aston's back off to sleep. Thank you for jumping on. I appreciate it, Aston. Thanks for that. How do you get to roller coaster to go 3 ways? It has a switch track. It has a switch track in one part of that ride in the Jungle Rush. It's one of the first of its kind, so it's been pretty cool. Yeah, so thank you all again. And again, this was our last live here in the studio for this year, because obviously in 2 weeks' time, it's New Year's Eve, and everyone wants to be doing something else on New Year's Eve, right? So we'll can that one. So this is the last one, and the next one will be 2 weeks after that. So it'll be on like Wednesday, the 14th of January. That'll be the next live in the studio here, which will be great because we're about to talk about how busy it's been, the new stunt show. We're about to talk about Hooray for Hollywood. So there's all those things happening there, plus anything else, the new Dolphin show and all that. We'll talk about all those things that have been happening through that period of time. So there'll be lots to chat about on the next live here on Jaggs Journeys. So, I just appreciate everyone being on here. Again, thanks for watching my channel, and I appreciate the fact that you enjoy watching my videos. Don't forget, I'm also on Instagram. I post sort of regular stuff on there during the week. I schedule a lot of things for that. Also feature on TikTok as well. Obviously, YouTube is my main channel, and don't forget, if you've got friends and family that love theme parks, attractions, that kind of those kind of things, it's free to subscribe to Jaggs Journeys, and if they want to subscribe, that'd be amazing. And just sharing the channel really helps me out a lot. So I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas. I see there's a couple Aston saying Merry Christmas. Thank you, Aston, as well. Appreciate that. Yeah, so yeah, Pauline, I'll be at Dreamworld. I don't know exactly when. In the next couple of weeks. It'll always be a Saturday, though. It'll always be a Saturday. But yeah, I hope everyone has a really good Christmas and a Happy New Year as well. If you do see me at the parks, pop and say a quick hello. Always happy to stop and say hi at the parks. But yeah, keep in mind, I'm usually only there on a Saturday on the most part because that's I only get weekends off work. So anyway, we're gonna leave it there. Once again, thanks for the super chats. Thanks for everyone jumping on. Thanks for supporting through the entire year. Hopefully, we'll have more. Well, we will have more videos for you. Obviously, continuing through this next period and through 2026. Hopefully, there'll be at least one international trip next year. There will still be some Singapore stuff coming soon to edit. I've still got to edit, which is cool. And yeah, thanks, Colleen. I appreciate that. And Merry Christmas to you both too as well. It's appreciated. Pauline as well. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, everybody. Again, big Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And yeah, we'll have another cracker year ahead. And I hope Santa is kind to you all. So stay safe, most importantly. And good night, everyone. And once again, thanks for joining me on the lives. And yeah, thanks for watching. And we'll see you on the next journey. Good night.